They say what you sow from a seed, you reap from the root. So I've been tracing my trees so I can colour my truth. So many distant memories from disconnection over centuries. We need them answers about our branches even when it leaves. They say forget the past, move on and let it be. So why do we evaluate in business? Look, let me speak. Don't forget 9/11 or 7/7 agreed. But now we're coming like they got selective memory. So let me jog it, run with me. We was on the run, we knew where we were going, cause we know the time would come that we would put a stop to the oppression. Out of many we were one, our unity was the weapon. We ambushed the enemy from where they couldn't have guessed it. Held her for ransom, close to giving in, they were stressing. Couldn't handle the terrain, but we covered all that. Even designed escape routes, seen each other's plats. They subjected us to horrendous conditions, violated physical, mental, and went for the spirit. We had to hide our real names like Abdullah and Omar, reciting surahs in private, trying to hold on to what we knew best. And that was our faith. They had a cross on the book that they tried to put in replace. They told us it was for our own good that we were slaves. Couldn't see the rebellion rising up like a flame. I know my roots, said they can't take me for a ride, even though they try and hide all the lies. This guy's behind the truth. Rebellion's in my veins, I ain't shackled or compliant in chains, cause I know about my roots. They want me to walk blind, but I don't fall for their white lies, no I won't, cause I know about my roots. Got Allah as my guide, then I'm cool, I ain't letting false pride blind me. After losing enough men, they were forced to give in, but was never that easy us getting the treaty written or signed. We had to increase the pressure to get him, no other alternative but to accept our wishes. So in 1739 the treaty was signed, 500 acres of land officially recognised. From St. James, Trelawney over to Westmoreland, through St. Catherine back over to Portland. They called it Moortown cause they knew their roots and named others similar to fertilise where they grew. If you don't know your foundation, how do you know where you're growing? Now I know why in school they didn't want us to know it. I feel empowered when I know all the facts. They use the Willie Lynch theory to try and subtract all of that, but it's in my nature, I yearn for the hack. I ain't finished, they must have thought it's a rap. What they know about a compound town, this ain't Elizabeth, where 40% of water in Jamaica's rivers live. So that means that it's probably its most important source, and highly sought after cause it couldn't be bought. They'll try and throw money hoping that they'll take their pay, and if they don't get their way, they'll find a way to make them pay. Trying to engineer disasters to grind our gears, like they don't know resilience is in our DNA. I know my roots, so they can't take me for a ride, even though they try and hide all the lies. This guy's behind the truth. Rebellion's in my veins, I ain't shackled or compliant in chains, cause I know about my roots. They want me to walk blind, but I don't fall for their white lies, no I won't, cause I know about my roots. Got Allah as my guide, then I'm cool, I ain't letting false pride blind me. They talk about West Africa, but hide the Andalusian roots. Behind Columbus and Spanish colonial troops, after expulsion of the Moors, it's like they all disappeared off of the face of the earth, but I find that weird. Let me leave that there. Let me leave that there. Let me leave that there.
Coming to Jamaica, the magistrate Robert Madden, and I have it in my book Deeper Roots, he reports he was sent by the British government to help the island transfer from slavery to indentured labor.
Yes.
Okay, so he came in and he found some African people who were speaking Arabic. in Kingston. And he had served in Turkey before and in Syria. So he quoted some Arabic to them. And he found out they were hidden Muslims. They had Christian names. But they were communicating to each other in Arabic language to the countryside of Jamaica.